Senior Bowl practice number 3 has wrapped from the University of South Alabama. Earlier this afternoon, the Bengals and the South team were on the field for the final time before the game rolls around on Saturday. Marisa Contipelli and Dave Lapham with you. And Dave, something we got to see out there today that we hadn't quite seen yet was a lot of situational work. Zach Taylor putting the offense and defense into a lot of 4-minute and 2-minute situations.
Absolutely. They were doing 2-minute drills, 4-minute drills. They were doing a lot of red zone, and it was competitive competition. Defense stops the offense. They get points. The offense generates multiple first downs in a 2-minute drive. They get points. So it was a nice little competition to get ready for the game on Saturday, and the players responded. There was a lot of enthusiasm and energy in this practice as well. I've been very impressed with that part of it. They have responded. They're buying what the Zach Taylor and the coaching staff is selling for sure. And when you look at it, Marissa, they have the 1st, the 33rd, the 65th, and the 97th pick, the Bengals do. 4 of the top 100 players in the draft. Any or all of them may be participating in this football game for either side, so it's good to see them in competitive environments like this. And I was talking to Mike Mayock earlier in the week. They drafted 6 kids from the Senior Bowl that they coached last year, 4 that they coached all week, 2 from the opposite team. Every one of them made the team and made contributions. Never know.
We absolutely don't know. Won't know till April rolls around. But another thing we do know is that special teams will come into play Saturday a little differently with a few different rule changes for Saturday's game. But you absolutely love to see guys kind of stepping out of their comfort zones. A lot of these players didn't have to play special teams in college.
I can attest. Way back in 1974, again in the time machine, Dick LeBeau, it was his first year in coaching. He just retired from the Detroit Lions. He was special teams coach for the Eagles, the staff that we had. He comes up to me after the first day of practice. He goes, "Big man, you ever covered a kickoff before?" I said, "Never, coach." "You're about to." I had to cover kickoffs in the Senior Bowl. I was like, what am I doing? I didn't know what I was doing. And the first one, I got ear-holed, man. I got hit blindside. I never saw it coming. And I came to the sideline. He goes, "Keep your head on a swivel, big fella." I'm like, "Yes, sir." So, you do have guys that didn't play much special teams in their college ranks, but they're being evaluated by Darren Simmons and every team in the NFL, because some of them, that's the way they're going to stay in the National Football League, is special teams play. And special teams in this is going to be vanilla. No fake field goals, no fake punts. There's no wedges. There's no double teams. They just want to see, can that guy run down the field, defeat that block, and tackle that guy? Can that guy make that guy miss? I mean, very, very simple things. And there's no better special teams coach in the league than Darren Simmons, and he may find himself some gems in this game.
Absolutely, and I know another change is that there's only going to be 2 kickoffs as well to start the game and at halftime.
Right, the 2 kickoffs, and then the team that kicks off, the team that they reverse it to start the second quarter, they get the ball at the 25-yard line. The kicking team gets the ball at the 25-yard line, and just the opposite. In the fourth quarter, the team that kicked off to start the second half gets the ball at the 25-yard line to start that quarter. So, and player safety, they don't want guys running down into kickoffs too many times, because, as I just told you, the fur can fly on special teams. You never know where you're going to get hit and how you're going to get hit.
Well, Laugh, something we talked about after the first practice was the play of the quarterbacks and getting to work with the guys over the last couple of days. I had a chance to catch up with Brian Callahan yesterday, and he's really been impressed by Justin Herbert, just not only what he's brought to the table, how he's handled himself in meetings, and he can really has been displaying his leadership outside of the field as well. Just what's been your take early on of Justin Herbert?
I think he's everything as advertised. I mean, the kid is definitely a first-round pick. Is he the first pick in the draft? And everybody's going crazy. But Justin Herbert, he'd never taken a snap under center in his college career. So now he's running a pro-style offense. He's under center some. I mean, that's even a difference. But he can spin it. I mean, he throws a beautiful ball. He's very big, 6'6", 235, 240, very athletic. He can move around, make people miss. And he is here. He wanted to be on the South team. He wanted to impress the Bengals organization to get himself in the mix for the first pick of the draft. I mean, he's competitive that way. And the other thing I like about him from a character standpoint, he could have come out last year. He said, "You know what, I'm going back to Oregon. I'm fulfilling my deal with Oregon. They believed in me, gave me a chance. I'm fulfilling my obligation to them." That speaks to a little bit of character in my mind, too. So he's got a lot of things going for him. He really does.
Oh, he absolutely does. And even just watching him out there today in the 2-minute drill, I thought he was the best out of the 3 quarterbacks in leading the offense, and especially the way you were mentioning his ball was coming out really nicely out of his hand.
He's the best offensive player, I think, in the Senior Bowl, and the best defensive player, Javon Kinlaw, defensive lineman out of South Carolina. He got injured in yesterday's practice. He didn't practice today. He may not practice. He may not play in the game on Saturday, but the 2 days he practiced, he's top 10, top 15. He would have been the best defensive player, I think, in the Senior Bowl, so the Bengals are going to miss him. I will say, though, I was talking early in the week to Luke Fickell, and when he was at Ohio State, I said, give me a story about Joe Burrow that people may not have heard. And he said, I'll give you something. Early in his career, when he was battling to be the starting quarterback, he was working with number 2s and number 3s against the Ohio State number 1 defense, who you know all about. I mean, they get after it. So he said that Urban Meyer said, it's live against the quarterback. And he said our defense is just tearing Joe Burrow up time after time after time. And he got up every time, dusted himself off, never complained about it being live, never complained about the situation he was in. And he said that Urban Meyer decided to do that 2 consecutive Saturdays. Joe Burrow never whimpered, he just competed, kept his eyes down the field. And that's the one thing about him, Marisa, that is a tiebreaker to me with him. When there's pressure in the pocket, he's not like a guy that looks around. He feels it. He has that innate ability to feel it, keeps his eyes down the field, delivers the football. Going to be tough to unseat Joe Burrow. I mean, now athletically, is he as good an athlete as Herbert? Maybe, maybe not. But you don't get Super Bowl trophies for being an athlete. You get it for winning football games. And Joe Burrow, national championship trophy, dude won football games. He had the best season of any college quarterback ever.
Oh, he did. And just hearing that story just shows a testament to his toughness as well.
No question. His dad was a defensive coordinator at Ohio University, so his dad wasn't there, but his mom was there. And she's in tears, literally in tears. And Luke goes up to her, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I mean, she was worried about Joe because, I mean, that Ohio State defense gets after you now.
It's something. I mean, you see what the D linemen are doing in the NFL that have come from Ohio State.
I mean, you get out of bed the next morning after that type of scrimmage, you're not moving around real well. Rigor mortis is set in a little bit.
Well, we will continue to provide you coverage for the next few days here at the Senior Bowl. Coming up tomorrow on Friday at 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, we will have a Hobson's Choice live for you. Dave, myself, and Jeff Hobson will be with you on Bengals.com and the social media pages, taking your fan-submitted questions. The team does have a walkthrough tomorrow afternoon as well, which we will continue to provide you content for, and of course the game on Saturday. So make sure to check back into Bengals.com for all your latest.